Hello and welcome. Today I want to showcase my design of a 3D printer with quite some limitations from my PvP stuff which I was on. Um, I first wanted to build like a usual welder wall and just like have it pan out of there with a huge arm, which is usually what I do because it's the most reliable. But turns out that's not possible because this whole server was limited per person to like 8 welders or something like this. So I had to become quite creative, and I've been to quite some ideas, and this is basically what I settled with. Um, we can see here this little wagon with its two wheels in this sort of rail. Then we have a rotor here. We have a hinge here at the end, and then there's another rotor right here. And obviously, as this thing slowly drafts forwards, it's right now actually moving, as you can see. Um, this whole arm extends, and the idea of that is that this arm, basically through the displacement setting with the rotors, you can create some down pressure. You can adjust the head height of these rotors, and with that, I'm pushing these wheels into the rail here, not pressing them too hard because this can also be quite troublesome, but this works actually really well. It's stable, it's steady, it's constant, there's no wobble or something like that, and it's actually able to take a lot of weight. Like I could easily put this one, and this ship all on top of this without any problems. I think it wouldn't even move really much. It's really strong. These rotors in general are really resistant towards any turning in the non-intended direction. Same actually goes for hinges, which is quite opposite to pistons, for example, which are really wobbly and don't want to stay straight and stuff like this. So this is obviously one thing which I wanted to show, the slider itself. I call it slider, it's a rail, whatever you want to call it. The thing that moves the heavy ship. Which actually you could also put the arm onto the slider and have the ship static, but then this whole arm would need to be built from conveyors, obviously, which are a little bit more pricey, so I try not to do that, but it's obviously totally an option. These rotors can be can be made advanced rotors, and this hinge obviously also allows items to pass through, so it's a possibility. I just don't like it really much. Next thing would be this printer arm, which again I used because of the limitations on the server. As you can see, it goes through the thing and then turns around. There are some things at work here when it's not bumping into it. First of all, there's this whole deal, which is obviously to make it wiggle, which you can see, and it's really simple. You set this one to minus 30 rotations per minute and this one to plus 30 rotations per minute, and then you get this sort of movement. It keeps its angle, but it makes this, I don't know what to call it, swinging action, I guess. And then to make the whole thing as it is slowly turn, I used another rotor just in a series with this whole thing, and as you can see, it's really going slow, and it's trying to cover the whole circumference, but there is a sensor in this. As you can see this area which is highlighted here, and what happens is, as soon as any printed object leaves this area, you can do that the following way. If I go for the sensor here, set up actions, you have two actions you can set up with the sensor. One is if something enters its, or if the specified thing, I should say, enters its region, and then you can do the same for when the specified thing leaves its region. And as you can see, I just got it to reverse this main spinning rotor for the whole arm on a reverse thing, and that actually works quite well. As soon as it leaves, it just goes the other way around, and that obviously keeps it from doing the whole rotation each time, because you gotta think, actually I can print chips which are like 2 times as high as this one, and I think also not really 2 times as wide, but definitely 1.5 times as wide as this is. with just 4. No wait, these are 5, right? And yeah, it's like 5 of these welders, which is okay, I think. I think I actually did quite good with this. I spent really long time to get this working the way it does, which is still not perfect, but it's actually quite good for a completely automatic printing machine. You could actually set this up if you wanted it to be like completely automated. You could totally do that with like what are they called, autopilots and stuff like this. You can definitely make this just go away, have a grinder which grinds away this block and stuff like this. This is absolutely possible, and just use sensors to stop this thing and have it go back the other way and stuff like this. This is all possible if wanted. You might not want this. I think the only thing which I still haven't managed to find out how to do is but I'm like 90% positive that there's someone already made a script for that. That things are automatically crafted. This is why I have this screen here. I would use like this advanced LCD programming block thing to show which resources I'm low on, so I can preemptively make them while I sit in here and watch this thing being made. But yeah, anyway, I think this is it. This is the kind of thing which I came up with after like yeah, 4 days, I think. Oh man, this might be kind of embarrassing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Bye.